Jessica Thomas, Director of Patient Education at NETRF. It is time for our Thrivership series. And if you know me, you know that I care a lot about emotional wellness and a Thrivership journey. So today we're going to focus on building more resilient muscles. And I'm going to share some tools. Some of them will be older tools that you might know that just reinforce the message, but you're going to learn some new things as well. So come along. Let's build some of those resilience muscles. One of the most powerful steps in thriving is recognizing the difference between the things that we can control and the things that we cannot. So, for things like self care, following medical advice, our attitude, and how we communicate, those are things that we all can control and the choices within our reach. On the other hand, there are things that we cannot control. We cannot control relapses, side effects, how we react, or sometimes the future itself. Learning to focus our energy on what's within our control frees us from the unnecessary stress and gives us back some power. I added in this picture here a table, kitchen table, and chairs because I want to give us a visualization that in Thrivership we have to have a seat for the things that are unknown. And this can be a difficult thing to do. But when we can let the unknown sit with us and learn to focus on all the other things that are there, this can help us to move forward because unknowns are a part of the Thrivership journey. Sleep is foundational, and it's probably one of our biggest resilience tools. Lack of sleep will impair our emotional regulation and help us not to feel resilient. If you're not sleeping well, please talk with your doctor about this. Improving sleep isn't just about rest, it's about giving your body and your mind strength to be more resilient. And if fatigue is a big part of cancer thrivership, and if you're dealing with fatigue, please talk with your doctor about that. That does not have to be a symptom that you deal with alone by yourself. Exercise doesn't mean that you have to run marathons all the time, or even exercise in the way that you exercised, 10 years ago, a year ago, 5 months ago. Any movement helps. When you move your body, you increase happiness chemicals like dopamine and serotonin that help you feel better. And this helps you to deal with stress and actually deal with challenges in an easier way. You think more clearly when you have exercise behind you as a resilience tool, and you feel better. There are gentle exercises such as yoga, Pilates, and a more intense exercise. But if you need to come up with a new exercise routine, I highly recommend seeing a physical therapist, talking to your doctor, or just adding movement in your everyday life. What we know is connection matters, and social support and connection is a part of your thrivership and can build resilience. Social support looks different for everyone. Friends, family, support groups, online communities, but consistently having social support can provide strength and perspective, and that is necessary in a cancer thrivership journey. Resilience is also strengthened in the mind body connection, and we cannot ignore that our mind and our body are interconnected. And this is why I spend a lot of time talking about emotional wellness and a thrivership journey. When we can practice breath work, meditation, and things like guided imagery, this can help regulate stress and our mood, and it can calm our nervous system. Mindfulness meditation has been shown to improve our quality of life. It can reduce fatigue and depression. And it doesn't have to be complicated. If you want some resources, please reach out to me and I'll share some. But also look at the Thrivership series. We've done a couple of episodes on guided imagery and breath work. Well, gratitude. Gratitude is another a powerful practice. Studies show that ending your day by reflecting on something that you're grateful for or something that was meaningful to you can bring a lot of benefits. It can also help you sleep a little bit better because gratitude shifts perspective. It doesn't erase the things that are hard around you, but allows you to leave space for joy, appreciation, and can give you some sense of balance. Well, gratitude. Gratitude is another a powerful practice. Studies show that ending your day by reflecting on something that you're grateful for or something that was meaningful to you can bring a lot of benefits. It can also help you sleep a little bit better because gratitude shifts perspective. It doesn't erase the things that are hard around you, but allows you to leave space for joy, appreciation, and can give you some sense of balance. So, a tool for creating a mind shift is when a problem or a stressor comes up. I want you to think about two categories. Is this a catastrophe or is this an annoyance or inconvenience? When you can label some of the challenges and daily stressors or problems of life into these categories, we often find out we often do not have a lot of catastrophes and we have a lot more annoyances and inconveniences. But those are things that we can handle and that we can manage with tools and resources. And that can help us to manage stress. And then we want to explore post traumatic growth. In the face of adversity, in the face of challenges that we have, what can we learn? Asking ourselves, what can I learn from this challenge? Or how may I change my behavior moving forward? So, this can change the possible feeling of a setback and move it towards an opportunity for growth. And that this is what it's all about. It doesn't mean that there's a reason that bad things happen, and it doesn't excuse it, but it gives us an opportunity to see if there's something that we can pull from it that can help us move forward. So, when we're talking optimism, we're not talking about toxic positivity. What we're doing is we're noticing the small positives. And this is going to help us to create a little barrier against stress. And it's not again about being unrealistic or overly positive, but it's about choosing hope. And it's a skill that we can practice, especially when life feels uncertain. We can notice what's going right. Purpose reminds us that we're contributing, that we're a part of something much bigger that matters and larger than cancer. When we have a sense of purpose, we often feel more resilient. And purpose doesn't have to be big. It can be small things like art, hobbies that you do, helping other people, caring for someone, caring even for your own animal. Purpose does not have to be big, but having purpose is a part of the Thrivership journey and will help you to be more resilient. As a part of the Thrivership journey and building resilience, it's a strength to know that sometimes we have to let things go. And knowing when to release those things can be very difficult. But when we can walk away from goals that are unattainable, that are not fair almost to yourself, it can help you to be more resilient. If we can let go of things that don't serve us anymore, relationships that are unhealthy, things that drain our energy, learning to let go of the things that are not helping can honestly allow us to hang on closer to the things that do help us to be more resilient. So practicing letting go is something that is helpful to do. So this is not an assignment of letting go of all those things, but can we practice letting go of a couple things that are not good for us? And when we pair that with practicing forgiveness, When we hold on to anger or resentment, either with other relationships within ourselves or even about cancer, that just creates stress within the body and it attributes to mental health conditions like anxiety and depression and contributes to them. So, is there ways that we can practice forgiveness? And in many ways, it's like letting things go. Can you forgive your body? You may have a sense of feeling frustrated or even feeling like your body has deceived you. It's not about excusing the difficulties of cancer or difficulties that you may have had in relationships or frustrations that you've had about yourself. It's about allowing yourself to have space to let some of that go and forgive some of it so you can move forward. It's a gift for you. Did you know that you have specific things that you are good at that make you special? And the world needs to see that, or your friends, or your family, or even you. But doing what you enjoy and what you're good at will significantly help you feel better. It might be gardening, it might be art, storytelling, connecting with other people, but leaning into what your signature strengths are. And that will boost joy and help you to feel more resilient. Do you have any tools that work for you? Would you like to be featured in one of the Thrivership series and share some of those resources? Please feel free to reach out and connect with me anytime. Remember that resilience and thrivership doesn't mean that we ignore hardship. We're giving a seat at the table for the things that are difficult too. But we're choosing the things that we can do, the resources, the things that we can strengthen to be more resilient, to find balance, and to keep moving forward. Thank you for spending time with me today. My information is right there if you'd like to reach out to me between the next time that we have a Thrivership series. But until then, keep thriving.